Hello everyone, so today this is going to be my second attempt at a commentary video, and I decided it was going to be a combat analysis on this experience I had while playing Path of Titans. So a bit of context, I was fighting this Giga and the Utah in Hunter's Thicket, and I was hunting them, and then I was with another crocodile as well, but they killed him and then a duck chased me off. And then I just came here to waste on my friend, and I came across them, and I was like, oh, okay, they're here. Oh, I didn't actually come here to revenge kill them as well. I just happened to find them here, because I don't actually attack them straight away. And the Anki as well, because me and my friend were hunting him way earlier, so the fact that they were all together now was awfully convenient. So first I'm just watching them swimming around, because they don't know I'm here yet, because they're still just crossing the river freely. So they're not aware that I'm here yet. So I was watching them, trying to see who was where and like who they had with them. I noticed there was a juvie bars with them, but I wasn't really bothered about that, because I don't like killing juvies. If I'm going to hunt something, I prefer going after bigger targets. So I'm just kind of sitting here watching them for a while. I decided to just swim around for a bit, just like pacing back and forth in the river, waiting for them to cross again, because I know they will, because they don't know I'm here yet. And I wasn't really planning to attack them. My plan was just to kind of scare them, because like at this point I was willing to be like, okay, you beat me earlier, that's fair enough. I'm hoping we can just quest here in peace now. So at this point I'm just waiting for them to come down to the river, because I'm just trying to scare them. You know, like be like, haha, it's me again. So yeah, just pacing back and forth. And then I'm not sure what happens here. So I notice the Anki going down, and I decide to turn around and go just scare him a bit. And I notice the Giga's following him as well. So I'm like, okay, yeah, they're definitely working together. And by the way, even though this was a massive Mixpack, the server I was playing on had like no rules at all, so I wasn't really bothered by this. It was more just the fact that like they just attacked me for no reason. I mean, I understand why, you know, because you'll see what I do in a minute. I just kind of pop up, because when the Yankees crossing here, I just appear out of nowhere. So I understand that he was probably freaking out. But like, yeah, I thought it was clear I wasn't going to do anything, because if I wanted to do something, I would have there. I had plenty of opportunities to kill him, but then the Giga started attacking me, so I'm like, alright then, we're fighting again. The weird thing is, they played quite well in the fight at Hunter's Thicket. The Giga was very good at timing his bleed attacks, and the Utah, there were two Utahs, but I don't know where the second one went. But this Giga did really well, so I'm not sure why he made a lot of mistakes in this fight, which we'll see. The bird was also attacking the Giga, which I thought was funny, even though at the time I didn't even notice it, because I have this thing where I just get in the zone, so I'm not really focusing on what other people are doing. I'm more just focusing on me and the people I'm fighting. So yeah, the juvie bars is there, and the Giga made a real big mistake, opting to cross the river that I was in, just to go help the Yankee instead of protecting the bars, because I could have easily killed him there if I really wanted to. But I just had no interest in it, because one, he didn't do anything to me, and also, I was like, what would I gain from killing a juvie? I wasn't even hungry, I was just doing this since they started the fight, and I appeared first, and I looked threatening at them, but they still started the fight. And there's the Utah making his entrance, which was I don't know if he was trying to pounce on me there, or if it just happened to hit me, because he didn't make it very far before I just bit him to death. And I was just like, so as I was happening, I was just thinking to myself, why did he do that? I think what happened was he just didn't mean to, and he thought he could get across the river before I would notice him. And then this baby Dino, I genuinely didn't even notice him. Like, that's just how out of it I was. I wasn't even paying attention to what he was doing. Looking back at the clip, I was like, wait, there was a Dino there? But yeah, I think he was just with me because he saw that and was like, oh no, they're gonna kill me. I might as well ally myself with this Sarco, even though I was literally paying him no mind. I decided to go charge at the Giga again, because he's just sitting at the riverbank, which is a very bad idea when there's a Sarco around. I'm not sure why he just decided to do that. If he was going to eat the Utah, which is, you know, fair enough, he should have at least took it and then walked away. And then the Anki's trying to hit me in the water just so I can't eat the corpse or attack him, but I'm more focused on just eating the corpse so I can get rid of it, and also just, you know, because I was a bit hungry. So the Giga's mistake happens here, I believe, because he runs off to go get health, because I landed quite a few charged bites on him. Yeah, I was just telling them that, like, the Utah was a bit daft for jumping in the water while I was there. If he was going across, he could have at least went like a different way, and I probably wouldn't even have noticed him. But you see there, the Giga fully sleeps, so I've seized my opportunity, because if someone's fully sleeping, they take quadruple the amount of damage you'd normally do to them. And because he was fully sleeping, he wouldn't have been able to get up in time before I got to him, so I was able to just easily kill him. And that was like, because I was thinking, why did he do that? Like, he was really smart in the way he fought me and my Dino friend in Hunter's Thicket. What I'm assuming happened was that the server I'm playing on has a lot of Dino succuses and not Sarco succuses, and Sarco has a much longer lunge than the Dino does, so he must have just been used to, he must have been used to the mindset of if he gets that far he's safe, because a Dino he would have been able to get up before a Dino got to him, but not a Sarco. But yeah, because he fully slept, he wasn't able to get up in time, and then I decided to go over and just eat the corpse, or just try and eat it. Actually, that wasn't what I was doing. I was trying to get the ano off the corpse because the bird was eating it, and I was like, alright, fine, I'll try and help the bird. And I don't know why this Bars was attacking me, because he's a juvie, and he's just witnessed me murder a Giga, so he's got guts, I'll give him that. And then the little Dino runs off. He kind of just disappears after a while, I'm not sure where he goes. I think the bird dies here as well. Yeah, it gets smacked by the Yankee. He just wanted some food, but the Yankee wasn't having it. But don't worry, I'll get to him in a bit. So, yeah, so I believe in this point they were roaring, like victory roaring, and I was just like, why are you guys victory roaring? That was a pterosaur you killed. And I managed to kill your Giga friend. And I'll get to the Yankee soon, but the Patchy, he did nothing to me, and he wasn't even attacking me while I was attacking them. He was just watching the entire thing, which, you know, fair enough to him, I guess. He didn't want to get involved. So I decided to go rest on this beach to heal up a bit. So I'm just gonna cut ahead for in a bit to where I get my health back. So I go back to scavenge the Giga's corpse a bit, and then see if I can go for round 2 with the Yankee, because I wanted him dead, because like. The server had no rules against mixpacking, but I still feel like I want to do something about it if it occurs, and I felt like I could do something about it, so I was going to. And you can see here, like, I'm eating the Giga, and a Sarco was very vulnerable from behind, but this Patchy was just doing nothing to me. Like, he was just not bothered at all, which, you know, fair enough to him. He was just watching the whole thing happen, which was very interesting. And then the Bars comes back, but then he realizes that I'm facing him, so he's like, never mind. I don't know why he would attack me whenever I go back, because he does it again when I go to retreat to the water again. You'll see in a bit. What I was assuming was he thought that I was vulnerable. Like, I'm assuming what he thought happened was whenever I was running back to the water, it's because I was low on health and not because I was just low on stamina. So that's why he probably thought he could kill me, but when in reality I was a double defense Sarco, so he wouldn't get very far. And then the Yankee comes back, I think he's assumedly to attack me. Sorry, I just dropped my controller. But I'm assuming he came back here to attack me, and he's hunkered down, so we're just having a little standoff. The way to fight Yankees is you don't want to get close to them when they're doing that, because they take like no damage, so I'm just waiting for him to move, because if he moves at all, then his buff will just go away, so I'm keeping my distance and only striking when I'm able to, so like he's moving here so I can get bites in, because he doesn't have his armor up. And then I back off when he hunkers down again. I get a bit impatient here though, because I see the scars on his body, so I'm like, he must be low. So I was like, if I just land a few charged bites, I should be able to get him. But this isn't what kills him. I just keep biting him, and I am bone broken, and the Bars is doing what he can, and he gets bone broken by the Yankee as well, which I thought was funny. Yeah, I lose my patience with the Bars, so I just bite him once and send him running off, because he's got scars after one bite, so he's like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't mess with this guy. Eventually it's just a face tanking match, or I guess a face tail tanking match, because he's just whacking me. Eventually I'm like, okay, I'm not going to win like this, so I charge up my bite and back away, which is, I thought was a pretty smart tactic, just so they couldn't attack me without hurting themselves. Because the bars would get one shot by that, and the Yankee would take a lot of damage as well, because if he had to move he would lose his armor. But this is where the Yankee makes his mistake, because he sits down, and he doesn't fully sleep, because he learned from what happened to the Giga, he just sat down normally. But it was still a mistake, because Yankees are really slow. Like, even a Sarco can catch up to one. Yes, he also smacks the bars there. I don't know why he did that. Yeah, but I was just waiting for my moment, and we were just kind of roaring at each other for a bit. I was like deciding what I should do now, and then I decided to go for a lunge again. So I'm like, if I can get him, I can one-shot him. And he sits down here, so I'm like, so I lunge out the water, and he tries to get up, or actually no, he tries to hunker down there, but he doesn't get it in time. So I was able to get him. I can notice the bars attacks me a lot here. He's determined to kill me, but he's not doing very much damage. And I was like, I wanted to kill him, but I also didn't want to, because, you know, he was just a juvie bars, and I've played bars. I know how hard it is, considering how slow it is. But yeah, I was like, because the Yankee watched what happened to the Giga, and then didn't learn how far I could really go. And the Apache starts speaking in chat, he says he saw it coming a mile away. And I was like, yeah, that's two of them that fell to the same trick now. But yeah, so I didn't even come here with the intent to revenge kill. I just came here to chill, probably, and probably waste on my friend, but, you know, they started the fight, and I finished it. If you enjoyed that combat analysis, maybe be sure to like the video, subscribe, and keep an eye out for more commentary videos, and let me know what I should do commentary on next. Alright, see ya.